Miss, where was the police, please? Hey, so obviously I was gonna do a reaction to, the index. I mean, the sisters arc in index. Obviously, that's why we're here. But I kind of lost footage for episode to 11, something like that, and I decided, you know what, we've seen this arc. There's no point rewatching this thing. I'm just gonna tell you and talk about some of the changes I saw and noticed, and some of the interesting ones. I probably forgot some of them, to be honest. And just so you know, I watched the Railgun arc like over a month ago. So like maybe the apart from episode 39 and 40, which I posted like in the last week. Before that, the last time I posted Railgun was probably around the last time I watched Railgun. So watching Index after the Railgun was kind of like a refresher. And obviously editing those videos, kind of a refresher. But honestly, some of the details were lost on me. But anyway, let's just get into some of the changes I noticed. So one of the first few changes I noticed, man, oh man, they were, Misaka and them were not looking attractive in this Railgun arc. Wow, I mean, it is Index art. Jesus Christ. It does not flatter them at all. Thank God they have their own series where they look nice, polished, have like actual proportionate faces. I don't know. It just looks weird. Maybe because I've been watching Railgun. When I went to Index again, it just their faces just looked off. God. But that's not really criticism. It's just like what I noticed. Another thing was the house mistress. I forget her name, but in Index, when I heard her voice, I was like, whoa, that's what she sounded like in Index. Definitely, I feel like they definitely changed her voice actress, or they changed her tone of the voice to make her sound more. Even in the Index, she sounds much more, I don't know, domineering kind of thing. Even in Railgun, when she sounds domineering, it still has like a domineering, but I don't know. You know what I mean? There's a difference. There's the difference. Is all I would say. Well, let's say the one in Index sounds like Tsunade when Tsunade is trying to be aggressive, and the other one in Railgun sounds like Sakura being aggressive, kind of like that. Like Tsunade's voice is definitely a lot deeper. So it was just like, whoa, where did that come from kind of thing. But yeah, that was a change I noticed. Okay, actually, I don't know who was the one who told me this is not a harem series, but this man or this person or this boy, you told me Railgun Index is not a harem series. I'm so like, how can you just lie to me in the broad daylight? I was watching this thing and I was like, Isa Index, the teacher who is a lolly. I mean, the show alludes it to being some kind of harem. At least that's what those characters do. So I'm like, that man really sold me dreams thinking it was not a harem. But I mean, you know who you are. But anyway, some of the other changes was just more a lot of more, will I say, it was like the same thing but different format. And they kind of explained some things that I wasn't really sure of. They explained like the power of espers using Schrodinger's cat. That was pretty cool, pretty interesting. It kind of retroactively speaking makes sense. With Saturn was looking for her powers in her own. Was it not the poltergeist arc? Level up our incidents, the music guy or music. You know what I'm talking about anyway. But that was cool. They explained the poltergeist. I mean, the power system. Another thing was like accelerator. They didn't really do him justice, to be honest. Well, I guess that's to be expected. Honestly, yes, watching it, Real Guns adaptation was better than the Index one. Who the Index one left? Honestly, the biggest issue with the Index one is, apart from like Misaka's faces and Kuroko, TOUMA feels different in the Railgun version of the arc and the Index version. They just feel completely, it just feels weird, to be honest with you. I was like, they're the same, but they're like different, just different, I don't know what that, but you know what I mean. It's just different stuff. It's just weird. Like, where was the I liked when they were on the bridge, and he actually thought of a plan. We saw the process of him coming up with a plan to go and fight Accelerator and why he went through that logical steps. That was cool. In all these series, the police or the protective force are always useless. When the incident was going on and where was the police, please? Misaka was shooting all kinds of fireballs. I don't know if I said this in the Railgun one. But I was watching the Index one. Misaka was shooting all kinds of fireballs. No scale out member, no scale out, anti-skill. No anti-skill. Don't anti-skill have people who have powers to kind of stop. Jesus, what? But okay. This was kind of weird. Another thing was like Misaka was definitely changed a bit in terms of there were just some weird changes in the Index version. You didn't really get the sense of, I mean, she likes Toma. Like, at least that's the vibe I get, except I'm off the boat. But in Index, there was not that vibe. Even in the bedroom scene after the event, Toma in Railgun had a freaking neck brace. Was looking crazy. But in Railgun, it was, I think it was the original Misaka that was there, but in Index, it was Ichima and Sanji 10,032. So that one that was there, which was weird. And they put in a breast groping scene. I'm like, whoa, hold it. Like, that was just weird. That's so weird. Like, there was just, like, has Toma been that kind of person? Like, I'm trying to think about, like, it was, honestly, it just felt weird watching watching that version, to be honest. I don't know. But, and definitely even the fights. I mean, there were some nice, the way he Toma teed up in the beginning of the fight, even the fight actually, the way he went about it in the beginning, there was definitely, it was the same thing, but kind of, they went about it a bit of a different way. Like, before Tom actually started getting into the fight, he was running away, kind of scared. I mean, that happened in Railgun too, but they focused on him more in Index, which was pretty cool, actually. It's pretty cool. Accelerator said a bit more about his plans, but they gave him more of a depth of backstory in Railgun. That was a pretty cool. They removed the whole bridge scene from Index. I'm like, whoa, what happened to the except that was filler. I don't know, but that was a weird scene. I know I guessed, and someone actually confirmed my guess that, what's her name, Index broke down the tree diagram. But yeah, I think those were the main changes that I wanted. I mean, the fight, like I said, the Index version was just not up to scratch. I mean, it was good, but I prefer the Railgun version. Just a lot more. Look at it's a lot more gritty, bloody. Just felt like there was more weight. When in the Index version, when he was there was not even plaster. And I was thinking maybe they censored it, but that doesn't make sense because in the blood vampire one, my nigga lost the whole arm. So I'm like, I don't know why they decided to. Maybe because they knew they were going to do it at some point, so they decided, okay, let's leave it, I guess. Obviously, they changed the bed scene with Index, and Index and Toma had a moment, which was cute and nice to see. I'm curious as to which, because obviously I'm pretty sure there's shipping wars in this franchise. I'm just curious which is the, actually don't tell me which is the superior ship, which people ship. Anyway, I'll probably figure it out as time goes on. But obviously now we're moving to Index. We do finish Index season 1 and season 2 of Index. Then we'll go to Accelerator. Then obviously smooth sailing from there, and probably move. Then we'll soon Reborn. We'll come back. Hitman Reborn. I know you've been waiting for Hitman Reborn. Oh yeah, there was this scene with Ichima and Sanjuni helping Toma with the fleas on Sphinx, and the room. That was a cool scene. He saw her underwear. Another weird scene. It just felt very wrong from Toma because he's lost his memory. But yeah, okay. There was also a shower bathing scene. I mean, you've come to expect that from anime these days, so it's nothing too surprising, to be honest with you. But those were, I think, the biggest changes. Obviously, in terms of character development, we saw a lot more from like Kuroko and Saturn and Uira in Railgun and how it affected them. I mean, more, what's her name? More the girl. What's the girl's name? Kuroko. But to be honest, like I've said many times, I don't hate Kuroko, but I don't really care about Kuroko, to be honest with you. So I'm sure there are people who like her. So, but I mean, there was something there. It was not nothing, is what I would say. It was good. It was, you know what? We'll see what happens in the next episode of Index. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. It's Yenzo. Safe.